WESH 2 News starts now with breaking news.
And that breaking news involves one of the biggest California wildfires in history. A man living in Melbourne, here in Central Florida, has been arrested, accused of igniting the Palisades fire.
29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht is accused of lighting that fire that started on New Year's Day. And WESH 2 was at the courthouse in Orlando as he appeared in court this afternoon. Our team coverage tonight begins with WESH 2's investigative reporter Justin Shecker, live in Orlando.
And Justin, you saw him walk into the courtroom.
That's right. Just after 2 this afternoon, U.S. Marshals brought 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht into the courtroom here in downtown Orlando. Both his hands and feet were shackled, and he sat next to his court-appointed public defender as the U.S. government begins prosecuting him for starting the deadly and destructive Palisades fire. This Central Florida man is now in federal custody, accused of sparking what would become one of the most destructive fires ever in Southern California.
Today, we are announcing the arrest of 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht for igniting a fire that ultimately burned down the Palisades earlier this year, killing 12 people, destroying more than 6,800 structures, both homes and businesses, and damaging over 1,000 more buildings.
The federal criminal complaint unsealed on Wednesday charges Jonathan Rinderknecht with destruction of property by means of fire.
A felony that carries a mandatory minimum 5-year federal prison sentence and is punishable by up to 20 years in federal prison.
According to the complaint, Rinderknecht was working as an Uber driver on New Year's Eve. After dropping off a passenger in the Pacific Palisades, investigators say he intentionally ignited the Lockman fire.
The allegations are further supported by the defendant's cell phone, his false statements to law enforcement, and his behavior during the Lockman fire, which the defendant is charged with maliciously starting shortly after midnight on New Year's Day of this year, and which eventually became the Palisades fire.
During a news conference Wednesday in Los Angeles, before Rinderknecht's initial appearance in an Orlando courtroom, the Department of Justice showed a ChatGPT image that investigators say he produced a few months before the devastating Palisades fire.
The allegations in the affidavit are supported by digital evidence, including the defendant's ChatGPT prompt of a dystopian painting showing in part a burning forest and a crowd fleeing from it.
And Jonathan Rinderknecht will be back in the same federal courtroom here in downtown Orlando tomorrow morning at 9:45. Attorneys for the DOJ will be asking the court to keep him in federal custody without bond. Covering Orange County Live in downtown Orlando, I'm Justin Shecker, WESH 2 News.
And our team coverage continues tonight in Brevard County, where Jonathan Rinderknecht is currently living. WESH 2's Brevard County Bureau reporter Megan Moriarty is joining us live in West Melbourne with some new details of his arrest. Megan.
West Melbourne Police tells me that they assisted ATF in arresting Rinderknecht yesterday during a traffic stop after he left his home near the Sawgrass Lakes community. Now, in doing a search, we learned that the 29-year-old does not have a criminal history here in Brevard County. He does have 2 speeding tickets, and we spoke with neighbors in the area who say that the family there mostly kept to themselves, and they would have never expected something like this. West Melbourne Police could not give us any more information other than that. Covering West Melbourne in Brevard County, Megan Moriarty, WESH 2 News.
All right, Megan, thank you. Our team coverage continues now with the damage the Palisades fire caused earlier this year. WESH 2's Summer Knowles is here. Summer, this fire killed 12 people in the Los Angeles area.
Yes, Jesse, it did. And you may remember there were several fires burning in Southern California earlier this year. Take a look. This is a map of just 5 of them that burned at the same time in early January. Now, the Palisades fire was the one by the coast, which destroyed parts of Pacific Palisades, Topanga, and Malibu. It all started as a small brush fire that reignited and then grew into this massive, deadly disaster. Now, when investigators first started looking into the cause of this fire, they determined it was intentionally lit. The criminal complaint said it was likely set by a lighter taken to vegetation or paper. Investigators had ruled out other possibilities like fireworks, lightning, and power lines at that time. While authorities considered whether a lit cigarette caused the fire, they concluded that it was not the cause. When investigators finally narrowed down Jonathan Rinderknecht as their suspect, they say they found a lighter in his car, that he admitted to bringing a lighter with him when he walked up a hill. Now, it took the entire month of January to contain the Palisades fire. NBC Los Angeles reports by January 31st, that fire had burned more than 23,000 acres. And again, as you mentioned, Jesse, 12 people died and more than 6,800 structures like homes and businesses were all destroyed in the process. LA County supervisors had commissioned a report following those deadly fires, and we're told that the third-party review released just last month cited a lack of resources and outdated policies for sending emergency alerts and delayed evacuation warnings, which of course then hindered emergency response. Jesse?
All right, Summer, thank you. West 2 was the first local news station to report on the arrest of Jonathan Rinderknecht on the air today at noon. To stay up to date on any new developments, you can download the West 2 News app and enable notifications.